Hey everyone, this is Rob,
Hey, Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast on everything you need to know about old school RuneScape. So this week up on the Don't Knock It, we have, of course, as always, our account and video updates. So we'll have everything you need to know about what we have been up to, I guess, this week.
Yeah, we've been up to a little bit.
Yeah, we've had I guess a lot of progress on both of our accounts, more or
Yes.
less. And then also some videos came out and some videos are gonna come out, so we'll be covering those as well.
hmm
Primarily RuneScape related. So
I think only RuneScape related.
yeah, exactly. And also I guess we can talk about the streaming and everything during that portion.
Okay.
And then, of course, the second point is going to be the patch notes. We're actually doing this on Thursday morning because the patch did not
Woo!
come out on Wednesday like it normally does. It
Yeah.
actually came out a day later for whatever reason. I'm sure they said somewhere nonchalantly that it's going to be a day late, but we didn't notice, so we are kind of
We're like
freaking out
looking at
yesterday.
everyone's mentions on Twitter, being like, have they responded to anyone saying anything? Because no one directly tweeted saying, like, hey, it's going to be a day
Yeah,
late,
that's
as
why
far
I'm
as we could
guessing they
tell.
like kind of were like, oh, in all lowercase, not bolded, in like a random post. We're like, hey, it's going to be a day
I
late.
know. I was like looking through all the posts, like, where does it say?
Yeah, so we couldn't find it, but either way, we found out through other mentions and stuff on Twitter that it was going to be today. So
hmm
we decided to push back the podcast. We'll see when it comes out. You'll
Should
obviously
still be
know.
coming out today. If you're listening to it on Thursday, then I did a good job editing.
Yeah, you'll obviously know if it's when it comes out because it'll be out, but hopefully it is also on Thursday.
Yeah, hopefully I'll get the editing done quickly and we could post it.
Yeah, so the patch notes though that we're talking about is for the Night at the Theater patch notes,
hmm
and we'll be going over that. A lot of I guess not super interesting stuff, but it is new interesting stuff for
Pretty interesting because it's more quest points.
yeah, I mean it's more or less interesting. It's kind of like recycled content, so it's not the most interesting, but it's still something new. So especially for us, I guess.
But yeah, we've
So
never done it at all.
yeah, so we'll have that, and we'll talk about that. And we're also gonna have some questions and answers for that as well. And also at the end of the video, we're gonna have traditional questions and answers because there's not a lot of patch notes at all.
hmm
So we are gonna have a traditional Q&A, some from our YouTube videos that we decided to throw in here
Yeah.
from our viewers and
From
subscribers.
people who probably don't even know we have a podcast. They're now going to be on our podcast.
Yeah, well, at least Mandy does.
Yeah.
But either way, we're also going to pull some stuff from Reddit. So hopefully, if you have any questions, you can throw them at us and we'll get to them. But if not, maybe these Reddit questions we pulled will answer some of the questions
Yeah,
that you
hopefully
have.
they'll be relevant.
Yeah. And I think at least one of them is relevant to the Night at the Theater. So we'll answer some questions about the new content as well.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So before we get into anything, of course, as always, Michelle, how are you doing?
Super good.
Yeah.
So I've had a very long week.
Yeah, I'm sure.
If you are in our clan, then you already know because I told people. I finally got my fire cape.
Yeah, congratulations.
Oh my god, it took me 7 tries. That's 7 hours in the fight caves.
She got the cheese pizza on her back now.
Yeah. So Rob was literally like in a chair next to me. We have a little yak ottoman. So he was on the yak coaching me, being like, pray this, pray that. And like 2 of the times he was doing that, I ended up dying anyway.
Yeah.
I was like literally shaking whenever it was happening because I was so convinced I was going to die because I died like with barely any hit points left on the other 2 times.
Yeah, the last 2 attempts she died, or yeah,
It was
the last 2
13
attempts
and then
she,
5 hit points.
yeah, she died with like really low hit
I
points.
could have hit him once and he would have died. And it was so funny because one of them, Rob was like, it's okay, don't freak out, you got it. And I was like, no, I don't, I'm dead. And then my little character dropped out.
Yeah, she like randomly switched prayers for no reason and got 1 hit.
Yeah, I just get nervous and my fingers are like twitching and I'm just clicking the wrong prayers. And I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It was scary, but I finally got it. And I actually got it for an upcoming video that should come out soon. So I'm doing all of the different kinds of clue scrolls and I'm going to be showing the loot from all of them. And I'm still stuck on an elite one because I have to go and play another mini game to do that. It's the Shades of Morton. I've never played that
Shades of
mini
Morton.
game.
At least it's easy.
Yeah, I don't really understand exactly how to do it. So I'm actually going to watch a video on it later today and then hopefully start that up.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah.
especially since it's been like reworked relatively, so
Yeah, so hopefully I could get that done and then we could get that video finished. But It's frustrating because I'm lazy and I just have these 5 caskets sitting in my inventory that I'm like, oh, I really want to open these up.
Yeah,
But
not
I'm not
yet.
going to.
Almost.
And then as far as other videos, I also am still waiting for Rob to the Barbarian Assault one, but that one's sitting there waiting
Yeah,
on
that'll come
that.
out sooner or later.
Yeah, and then I'm still working on the neck rails. I just kind of I decided to do the fight caves randomly so that wasn't working on the neck rails for a few days, but right now I'm at like 600 something kills out of 1,000. So I should have that done like either this weekend or before this weekend because they are pretty fast to do. It's just I was getting so distracted with other stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
And on top of that, yesterday too, I was like, I really didn't want to do the neck rails. It's so funny because they're easy. I think the main part of me being lazy is I just don't want to go and switch my spell book.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fine. I literally have the ancient one in my house too. I'm
Oh,
just
you
too
do?
lazy to do it. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's lame.
But I can't switch back to the standard. I don't have that one.
What do you
I
mean?
have
You
to.
could just click on the ancient one again and put you back.
Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought you couldn't.
Let me check real quick because I have one in my house. So.
Well, if you can, then that's annoying because I've been going to the house party world and just doing it from other people's houses to switch back. So he just tried it. You could just click it again.
Yeah, so for
I'm
anyone...
a fool. I was going to the house party world and trying to find people.
Yeah, anyone that doesn't know, if you have an Arceus or an ancient spell book, switch altar at your house or at any house, you can just use the altar again and it sends you back to the standard.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought you had to have like a standard altar or something.
No, I don't think there is a standard altar.
Well, I thought you had to have like the combo one, you know?
Oh, yeah, no. You could just use the same one. That's why I only have the ancient altar because I only use ancients. I don't ever use Arceus, so.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you only need one.
Foolish right now.
Yeah, rest in peace.
But yeah, it's funny because I was like being too lazy to do the neck rails. And then yesterday I was like, oh, I don't feel like doing them. Maybe I should do the God Wars dungeon. So I was just like looking up how to do different bosses. And then like weird coincidence, someone in our clan earlier today, which is Bunebape, by the way, if you guys want to join.
Yep.
Is it Bunebape or Bunebape OSRS?
Which one?
Our clan.
Our clan is Bunebape. You can find us on, we're going to go over this a little bit later, but there's an actual clan recruitment world. So we're currently in world 477, which is the members clan recruitment world. And we'll probably just be
something
there.
Up on the board if anyone wants to join. We have like 40 something members now.
Yeah, you can join. It's Bunebape. Or if like you aren't a member and still want to join, you can join our chat channel, no, it's not our clan chat.
Oh, it's not a clan chat
It's
anymore.
friends chat now. But either way, if you join our friends chat, which is Bunebape OSRS, and just hit us up there,
we'll meet you in a world.
Yeah, we can meet you in a world and recruit you there.
Yep, but kind of lost what I was saying there. Oh yeah, I was going to do the God War dungeon, and then I was like looking up how to do like the Bandos one because I thought that one was supposed to be easier. And then every video I was watching, they were like, "Yeah, so you attack, and then the other person you're with goes and tanks everything." I'm like, what if I'm doing it alone? Because Rob doesn't want to do it with me.
Yeah.
This is probably not going to be a video, by the way, because I've been saying that for so long, and he's just like, yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, I just have no interest in killing them currently.
Yeah, but it was a weird coincidence because someone this morning was like, hey, have any of you done the Bandos boss? And I was like, oh no, like I'm wanting to. And they're like, okay, I could show you and I'll tank everything. And I was like, what? So shout out to this person in our clan. What's their name? So shout out to I Won't Train.
Yeah, your boy. I don't think he even listens to the podcast.
Probably not, but if you ever do, thank you. I'm really excited. And I was like, oh, we're about to record the podcast. Can you help me in a few hours? And he's like, yeah, I'll be here all day. And I was like, heck yeah, dude.
Nice.
I'm going to finally get my From Nick Elite, hopefully. I mean, I still have 2 other bosses after this.
Yeah,
but...
hopefully. But I mean, you still have Kiara, which you can
there.
easily solo. The only other one that's annoying is going to be Zamarok.
Mm-hmm.
So good luck with that.
Maybe this person will want to do the other ones with me too.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Probably not.
Yeah.
They're probably just like pet hunting.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they just want to do the boss because he does drop, tacits and stuff like that. So he still has decent drops.
But yeah, I've just been working on those 3 videos, just getting distracted by randomly wanting to do my From Nick Elite. And as far as skills, I don't think I've really done anything new. I got like my strength at 92, and my magic's probably going to get up to 90 thanks to the neck rails. But yeah, that's about it. My total level is 1982.
Nice.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You're almost at 2,000.
So close, but at the levels that all my stuff's at right now, it takes forever to get any skill up by even one.
Yeah.
So,
Well, not necessarily. I mean, I feel like
well, all the skills I
thieving.
need.
Okay. I was about to say, I feel like thieving is pretty quick. Not like insanely quick, but like cooking is really quick. Fire making is still pretty quick.
Cooking and fire making, I both got both those as high as I'll need to get for the diaries.
Oh, yeah, not just for the diaries, but I mean, like if you wanted to actually get to 2000,
Oh yeah, true.
that, or I mean, I guess prayer is really expensive, but it's fast.
Yeah, I have some dragon bones I need to go and do. Maybe I'll do that soon. Maybe I'll do that while we record because I don't actually have to pay attention to that at all.
Oh, okay.
What
But, yeah.
about you? How have you been?
Yeah, so I guess I did kind of a lot this week. I don't know, but
I don't know.
yeah. So, oh, just so you know, I was about to mention how I did a bunch of Warcat this week. I think I got like almost 100 KC this week,
Jeez.
and I've already done almost 1,000. Actually, I've done over 1,000 KC at Vorkath already. So
Hmm.
I was doing that. Oh, and I got the pet. I don't think anyone knows that I got the pet from Vorkath a long time ago.
And he died and never reclaimed it.
Yeah, so he's just I can go reclaim it right now. I'm in Arduino,
You
but
should reclaim him and keep him in your videos. He looks
maybe.
cool.
I just don't want to die and then like have to do it again. Either way, because it's like 500k.
Well, I mean, just do it while you're like skilling stuff like thieving,
Yeah,
where you're not gonna die.
yeah, true.
If you
But
die, that would just be embarrassing.
the reason I brought it up is because we actually had our first drop party last weekend. So
Oh my gosh, our drop party was so cool.
yeah, it was and wasn't cool because there like wasn't a ton of people there, but it was
Yeah.
funny because like even if there was a ton of people there, it probably would have been disappointing because I didn't know you had to unstack the items before you put it into the Falador drop party box, and so people just got like like stacks of 10 pieces of rune
Oh
gear
my
and stuff
gosh.
like
I
that.
mean, they're probably excited because, I mean, like I said, we have 44 people in our clan, but a lot of people were not online at that time. Like, a couple people were like, yo, I need to go to work. I'm going to have to miss it.
Yeah, some people had to go to work, some people are in different countries or
Yeah.
just don't play at the same time.
So, I mean,
And
the
so,
people who were there were probably hyped because they all got like 500K.
yeah.
We
So
did 4 million in drops, and there was only like 5 people.
yeah, there was not a ton of people, so
It was
it
great
was
though.
interesting
It
though.
was fun, and we didn't have free to play world because we have some free to play people. So we were just like, Rob was doing like more normal stuff, and I was just looking up like fun random stuff. Like I had the stale baguette and like the shoulder parrot, and I was just like,
Mhm.
what weird like fashionscape stuff can I drop right now?
Yeah.
It was
So
cool.
if you guys want to join our clan, we do. That's like the only thing we're currently offering, just like having cool players and drop parties, I guess.
Yeah, we're trying to do it once a week.
Yeah, so we try to do it every Sunday, so that's why I've been visiting Warcath more recently
Yeah,
because he's
so
my money dragon.
especially if you're free to play, you could potentially be getting a lot of money towards a bond from our
Yeah.
drop
I
parties,
mean,
especially if Rob forgets to unnote everything again.
yes, someone definitely got at least a mil
Oh yeah.
at the last drop party.
It was
So
funny. I saw the person who like wielded the stale baguette and they were poking people with it, and I was like, "Wow, nice! That's like 100K right there."
at least still,
Yeah.
but it gets expensive.
Oh yeah, I think it might have been more. I think the most expensive thing I had was 300K.
Yeah, that might have been the still baguette, but either way. So besides that, I've been killing more dragons. I killed all the brutal blacks finally, so I did decide to
Yeah,
stop at 1,000
I didn't realize you
because
finished.
yeah, because it does take a long time to kill them.
And we have so many
So
other ideas.
yeah, I did like the math calculations, and I think sadly it was um like about 40 hours to kill that many brutal blacks, and I don't have a T-bow or anything, so
Hmm.
yeah, it's just kind of slow. So I'd rather spend more time on other stuff than just doing dragons for a million years.
Yeah.
So I have all the stats pulled up right now, and
Are
it's
you gonna spoil it?
no, I'm not going to spoil it. It is a lot of
It's nice.
yeah, it's a lot of GP. Obviously, it's one of the best low effort moneymakers in the game. So, and you also don't need that many stats. You just need a decently high
Range.
Slayer
Oh.
and range.
Yeah, you should put that video out soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that out soon.
It'll
Hopefully,
probably
I'll
be
get
pretty easy to edit.
that one out and the Barbarian Assault one out relatively
That one's
soon.
gonna be annoying to edit, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, all of them are. That's just the nature of editing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully that'll be out soon.
Yeah. What other things have you been working on? Have you been working on any other videos?
Yeah, so yeah, we put out a couple videos recently, actually, the low level PVM moneymakers, because I actually had a fairly successful video the other week about low level pay to play moneymakers, and also even before that, a more popular video about like low level free to play moneymakers.
Mhm.
And I think that actually helped people out a lot. And so
Oh yeah.
I realized that my last video was that had no PVM because killing monsters that are low level doesn't usually yield a profit,
Yeah.
unless you're like very specifically going out of your way. So I wanted to make a video just about that. So I made a video about low level PVM. And by low level, I mean like level 30 combat and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So
Before that, just hang out the cows.
yeah, exactly. So I think a lot of people just like kill cows and hill giants, which they are in the video, but I also offer a couple other places that have like really good money per hour. So
I remember I would do a lot of the bears on the way to Vera,
oh
and I
yeah,
would
that was
sell the
weird.
bear fur.
Yeah, that's funny. So that we did some videos about the range meta changes. So there's gonna
Weirdly,
be
that video kind of blew up.
yeah, because I mean it's I don't know, it's kind of popular. It's like a big deal, affects everyone
I
in the
know.
game.
I wasn't expecting that many people to watch it though, because it's mostly just Rob like talking through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But
that's cool.
yeah, so if you are interested in the possible changes in the ranged meta, I have a video about that. And also I talked about the clans and what I hope they would fix, which they
Hmm.
did put out some fixes today in the patch notes that we're gonna go
Oh,
over.
great.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're directly pertaining to what I said in that video. I already kind of forgot what I said. But yeah, they did make some changes. So I guess that's what I've been working on. And now I'm just getting just pickpocketing this RD Knight, this poor RD Knight and Ardoin.
What were you getting it up for again?
I need to pickpocket a gnome for a diary.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're trying to do the Western hard ones, right?
Yeah, Western Province hards.
Nice.
So hopefully I can get Elite Void soon enough because I think I want to do raids soon. And
Yeah, I was looking at the Anida Theater quest, and it said that like elite voids are suggested for the Theater Blood.
yeah, I think like one of the cheapest options for gear for both Cox and Theater of Blood is
Void.
yeah, Elite Void.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't. I already have the hard done. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, it does take some time. So I already have regular Void,
I
so
already have like 3 videos started, so maybe I'll wait on that.
yeah, we just have a lot of videos, and I feel like I
Dude,
have
yes,
no time nowadays. So hopefully we get those out sooner or later.
for sure.
Sooner than later, actually.
Eventually in our lives.
Yeah, eventually before the end of time. So yeah, hopefully we get that out.
What about streaming? Do you want to talk a little bit about your streaming?
Yeah, I've been streaming
While
more.
I'm asleep.
Yeah, I've been streaming more recently, specifically in the mornings, and I might carry that through the day, maybe in the future. But I'm more set on like I want to stream more often, especially in the mornings, because there's a lot of times where I'm making stuff for the videos, like getting content killing dragons for 40 hours, where I could be like hanging out with people that want to
Yeah,
like talk or just hang out or I don't know,
definitely.
just chill. So, yeah, I've been streaming a little bit more. You can find us on, of course, Twitch. It's Bunebape at Twitch, and
Yeah. If you follow us like on any social media, I believe we have in like our link tree. It
yeah,
takes you
at
there.
the bottom of literally every single video we've ever posted, it has the links to all of our socials and stuff like that.
Yeah, we've had the Twitch on there and we only just started like 2 weeks ago. It's been
Yeah,
like what, 15 weeks.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I don't know if you want to hang out or anything like that, then you can come
Oh,
by.
and what he's been doing on streaming too, he's been doing questing.
Yeah.
And you're
Oh,
so
yeah.
close to getting your quest
I
cape.
forgot about that. I did like 10 quests in one day, and then I only had 5 quests the other day, so I did 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did the last one, so I only have Songs of the Elves left.
And theater. A night
Well,
theater now.
a night at the theater will be really, really quick, as far as I understand.
Oh, really? Is it
Yeah.
easy? I was afraid it's going to be hard.
No, I think it's relatively
Because
easy.
I went to use my quest cape today and it was like, you can't use it. And I was like,
Yeah, so
I don't
I
know
have
when
to
I'm going to do
do
that.
Song of the Elves, which is actually a long
It's
Grandmaster quest.
so long.
And then Night at the Theater, which is a master quest. And then when the A Divided Kingdom comes online, then I got to do that quest too.
Oh, yeah.
So overall, I almost have my quest cape. It was 1 quest away. Now it's 2 quests away yet again.
Hopefully
But
this weekend you'll get it.
yeah, hopefully I'll get it this weekend. The reason I'm not rushing it as much during the week is because I don't need it. It's not like an upgrade for me. I already have the fire cape.
It's
So
just something he's been meaning to do.
yeah, it'll be nice to have for the teleports and for the emote and stuff like that.
For sure.
So besides that, though, I think that's pretty much all I've been working on. I got my range up to 95,
That's awesome.
and I've been working on farming a little bit, almost 91. Once I do my dailies,
Oh, wow.
once I do my dailies today, it'll be 91. and then
I know my
practically.
farming is technically 106 now, and I'm at 27.6 mil. Like I'm literally twice the amount to 99, and I still don't have him. I still don't
Nice.
have the pet.
That's what's up.
Robert looks over, and I'm just longingly staring at this pet hours. Like, what is it, like a Google Doc?
Yeah, it's a Google Doc that shows the average hours to
and
get
I'm
a
like,
pet.
I think I've done this.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. The averages are only so correct because it's like I got my Vorky at 937 KC, which is
Yeah, you got yours very
2,000
quickly.
under the actual drop rate. So
And then there's people like me.
yeah,
Double the 99, still no tangle root in sight.
rest in peace. But yeah, I think that's about it for me. And so I guess we can move on to the actual patch.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
You're like, that's all, as we talk about for 20 minutes. We've had
Yeah.
a lot going on.
Yeah, I mean, we do have a lot of stuff going on. And so,
Oh, and happy Pride, everyone.
yes, happy Pride Month. It's the entire month. Go hug yourself, a friendly person that wears rainbows.
Yep.
There you go. So as far as the patch notes go, Theater of Blood, they added new modes. So that's essentially the entirety of the introduction, which is why I said it's cool but not cool at the same time. Because so what they did is they have Theater of Blood. If you don't know, it's Raids 2. Theater of Blood is where you get items like the Grazi Rapier, the Scythe of Viter,
All
and
the expensive stuff.
yeah, all the expensive stuff that isn't the Twisted Bow. And it's pretty cool. It's in Darkmire. It's a really cool raid. I've never done it personally. I've seen plenty of videos on it though. But
I've never even seen a video of it, so I'm scared.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so what they did is they added a hard mode and a more or less easy mode to it.
Okay.
So if you don't know, that's what they did with Raid 1s a little while back.
Which one's Raids 1?
Raids 1 is
Xeric?
Cox. Yeah. Chamber of Xerix.
Okay.
Or
I didn't
Xerix,
even know that
yeah.
they did that.
Yeah, so Raids 1 also has a challenge mode. And in that challenge mode, it's just essentially the same thing, but harder. So it's exactly what you think a
Oh, I
challenge
thought
mode
they
would
added
be.
something easier too. So I was like, what?
No. Yeah, it's just harder. So
Only worse.
yeah, the thing is, but they have like unique rewards for the hard mode. So naturally, the hard mode is more difficult because the enemies have more health.
They don't call it hard mode for nothing.
Yeah, you can't just like go in there and YOLO it. Although I'm sure if you're experienced, you kind of can.
Cannot relate.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my god.
So
should have seen me with Jad, you guys.
yeah, literally, you're really not the best at bosses.
Dude, I get so stressed. I was shaking whenever I got it, and every time I died, Rob would have to comfort me because I would just sit there with my hand in my head in my hands for like 5 minutes saying, "Oh my god."
Yeah, it's not that big a deal. If any of you are looking to get your fire cape and are really nervous about it, just get like 10 million gold because that's how much it's going to cost you
it cost
to
me
get
10 mil and dragon darts.
Yeah, it's going to cost you that much to get all the dragon darts and the blowpipe. And then, of course, you need brews and stuff like that. So it's going to cost you like 6 mil up front. And then it's going to take you
and
a few
then you
tries.
won't make any money while doing it.
No, you don't make any money while doing it. But as long as you have 75 range, you can do it pretty easy if you really like study and really want to do it.
Yeah, I don't want any of you to be like scared to try it because of me saying this. I think I've said so many times, I'm really bad at stuff where you have to like think on your feet and like switch prayers and stuff really quick.
Yeah.
I've never liked it. I'm not good at that. I just like bosses that are easy and chill and what I like the giant mole and Hespori. I can handle.
Okay, so bosses that pretty much don't fight back.
Yes.
But yeah, so you need to 75 is what I would recommend because that's what you need for the blowpipe, and the blowpipe is pretty busted still at the moment.
That's the reason I did it right now too.
Yeah, until they nerf it. Once they nerf it, then you'll definitely have to get something else. I don't know what the meta is going to be, but
they'll probably change something to be cool.
It'll definitely be different. But currently, yeah, blowpipe is really good. You can do it with way worse gear. I've seen people do it with
crossbows,
rune crossbows and stuff like that. So you don't need 75, but if you're nervous about it, probably wait till 75.
Yeah,
but
I was 91, I think.
Yeah, she was super overtuned for it. She was wearing full armadillo, like 100 mil worth of gear.
And then you're like, pray mage, and I was like,
yeah,
and clicking the wrong button.
Literally, the only hard part is killing Jad, which is 1 hour into the fight.
That's why it was
So
so annoying though to die, because you spend an hour getting there and then you die.
yeah, but either
But it
way,
goes by
I guess
quickly.
we kind of got sidetracked because this is about Theater of Blood.
Yeah, but you know what? People want to hear about Jad.
Yeah, so Theater of Blood is a raid, of course. It's the newest raid, and what they did is they added a challenge mode to it, just like the Chambers of Xeric. And so what that means is there's harder enemies, and they also have better rewards, potentially better rewards. So they
Okay.
have more normal drops, a higher chance at rare and unique drops, which of course, like I said, is the Sanguinesti Staff, Grazi Rapier, and the Scythe of Viter.
Mm-hmm.
But on top of that, they also added three new uh, looks for the weapons, Ceredomin themed versions for the Garazi Rapier, Sanguinesti Staff, and the Scythe of Viter, which turns them all from like black and red weapons to the Ceredomin themed gold and blue weapons.
They look really cool.
And from what I've seen, it's almost like a guaranteed chance of getting them. I don't know if
Really?
that's a bug,
I'm
but
like, am I gonna get that while doing the quest?
no,
Oh, it's
you
the
can
hard
only get it in
version.
hard mode.
Got it.
So, yeah, you can only get it in hard mode, and I don't know if it's a bug, but I have seen people get, um, multiple people get the drops for multiple weapons in one raid. So I think it might be a bug, and it should just be like Chambers of Xeric, where there's a chance that you get it.
Everyone go do it right now while it's still
I
messed
know,
up.
right? Yeah, shout out to also the world first hard mode Theater of Blood, Sync. If you don't know who Sync is, he's
I don't.
pretty famous. He has a really nice guide for Chambers of Xeric solo as well as Chambers of Xeric in a group. And he's a really experienced player. So if you are looking to get in a rating, I think you should watch his videos.
Okay, cool. Maybe I'll do that before I do the quest.
Yeah, but him and his group of four got the world first. Hard mode, it only took them 29 minutes and 59 seconds.
Jeez.
So literally 1 second under 30 minutes, which is crazy fast. So yeah, shout out to them. Those guys are insane. But he's
Cannot really any
good.
less.
And yeah, I would recommend checking out his stuff if you're interested in rating, because that's what I've been doing. So also
I
they
thought you meant you've been rating. I was like, what?
no, I wish. But also what they added one more ornamental kit to the Scythe of Viter, which was the what's it called? The player
The
made
emo
one.
god one?
Yeah, the emo god player made one, which is not because it normally comes red and black, but they made the ornament kit even more red and even more black to look like super Grim Reaper scythe style.
It's
So
sick. I'm probably gonna get a tattoo of this scythe.
yeah. So it looks really sick. 100 times, maybe 200 times better than the Ceredomin version.
I don't know. I like them for my different moods per day.
Oh, okay. And also another thing that is similar between the both of the Rage Chamber of Xeric hard mode as well as the Theater of Blood hard mode is that both of them offer more or less a way to transmog or turn your pet from the normal mode into any of the bosses in the raid.
That is so cool.
So if you go to the notes, and as always on YouTube, we'll have the notes in the description. So actually I don't know if I always do that, but I should. Either way, so the notes should be in the description. I should put them down there. Either way, it'll show all of the different boss pets, so you can have it look like your normal boss that just looks like a big spider.
Is that the normal one, the spider?
Yeah.
Oh.
The normal one is the spider. It's called Little Zick because the last boss is it's based off her name. Yeah. It's the girl. She's like a vampire and she turns into a giant spider.
I know nothing about this fight, so
Yeah.
it's crazy to me.
So you can turn it into any of the bosses, which look really cool. It's like the undead guy that follows you, the girl that's like the maiden that's made of blood, and
yeah,
the gargoyle.
It looks like Hespori, but emo.
Yeah, so you can change it into any of the bosses, and it looks really cool. So that's the transmog. It's called the Sanguine Dust. So yeah, if you know it from Chambers of Xeric, then there's a dust there that allows you to change the
bosses,
the little Chambers of Xeric dragon pet that you get into any of the bosses there. It's the same exact thing, but for the
other raid.
Yeah, but for Theater of Blood. So that's it for hard mode. And like I said, you have a higher chance of getting the uniques and purples, as well as regular loot quantities have been increased. and regular loot quantities are further increased if you do it within a specific time limit.
Wow.
And the ratio of a Vernic to other uniques is slightly lower.
Okay.
So I get people don't like getting a Vernix, I guess. I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah, I think most people. I think the worst drops there are just the Justicar set because Justicar is really cheap and it's very niche, so not a lot of people buy it.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but that's about it for the hard mode. But A Night at the Theater is the new quest they came out with, which allows you to do the easy mode, more or less.
Easier, which I'm still scared to do.
Yeah, it's definitely the easy mode of the Theater of Blood. So normally Theater of Blood, while you can solo it, is very difficult to solo, and it is not very efficient to solo. Is
Mm-hmm.
in as far as my understanding goes. Obviously, I
Yeah.
don't do this normally, but as far as I know, and what this allows to do is this allows you to experience the Theater of Blood, potentially by yourself if you have the stats, and it's not too difficult and lets you like get a look at the bosses. And as far as I understand, it's the same exact thing as the regular Theater of Blood,
Mm-hmm.
but just much easier.
Like all their hit points are probably lower and stuff.
Yeah,
Max
much
hits are lower.
yeah, much lower. Like it's as far as I understand, it is if you have the stats, very doable.
So I think what I read said that can you do story mode with other people to finish the quest?
You can you
Maybe
can
we
do
could do it
story
together.
mode.
We could both do the quest at the same time.
Yeah, we could. So you can do if any of you don't know, you can do Theater of Blood with I think 5 people.
I think it's 5 total.
Yeah,
Counting
5 people
you.
in total. So I think that is also the case here with the story mode
Yeah.
/ easy mode. And so
Is there still drops even if you're doing the quest?
yeah, I'll actually talk about that
Oh,
right now.
okay,
So if
great.
you want to skip 5 minutes ahead, I'm going to talk about the requirements as well as the rewards for the quest.
Spoiler alert. Actually, only for like 30 seconds. It's not a lot of requirements.
Yeah, I'm just gonna talk about the requirements and the rewards for literally 30 seconds because
Okay.
it's not that many.
Not really at all.
Yeah, so you need to have done the quest, Priest in Peril. Of course, you need that to even get into Mauritania.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so after Priest in Peril, you need the following levels are recommended. Actually, it doesn't even say that it's required. So
You also say like it's gonna be a list. It's one thing.
yeah, it's one thing. It doesn't even say it's required. So it says it's recommended 90 combat, which
Mm-hmm.
is not very high at all. You can probably get that in a couple days if you are on a brand new account and know what you're doing. So it's not like,
Maybe not a couple days.
I mean, if you like, we're blasting maybe. But
A few weeks maybe.
either way, 90 combat, not very high at all. I think that is probably roughly, if I had to guess, like 70 or 80 of all combats. Like
Really?
it's not that high because I'm obviously I'm 112 or something like that, which
I feel like whenever I got to 90, it felt like a big deal though.
I don't
I was
know.
working towards it.
Yeah, I'd have to check obviously, but I don't think it's that high. It's probably around 80.
It sounds like so pretentious, but like now that I've gotten so high up, like I'm like 115, I don't really remember how long it took me to get to like 90, you know? So it seems easy
Yeah.
now, but at the time, of course, it wasn't easy.
Yeah, of course. So I think around 80, then you can actually take a look at trying to do this quest.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you can do it with lower and you can do it with much higher, but if I had to guess, around 80, if you really had to get like a number.
Okay.
And so upon completion of the quest, you'll be rewarded with 20,000 experience combat lamps. Can be used to be in any of your combat skills.
Not prayer, though, I read.
Okay, not prayer, which is usually the case. And then also 2 quest points, which is 2 quest points.
And more rewards in Tears of Ethics.
Yeah, exactly. And also, this quest can be done on any mode, but it has been designed primarily for story mode. So if you already experienced, or are experienced rather, at the Theater of Blood, then you can do this on regular or challenge mode if you are into that.
I will be on the easy mode.
Yeah. So it says that story mode will offer the same standard structure as normal, with the actual mechanics mostly unchanged. This will include lower stats across all of the NPCs in story mode.
Oh, good.
It can be done solo or as part of a group. However, you'll have the benefit of 3 lives, which you normally don't have. So you can die 3 times.
Whoa.
And they'll send you and they'll be safe deaths. So it won't cost you anything. It'll just send you back to the entrance of the last boss you fought.
Oh, that's sick.
Big asterisk. This does
Oh.
not work for Ironman. It is not a safe death
Oh.
for hardcore Ironman. So if you go there with your hardcore and die, you will be dead and you will not be hardcore anymore. Even if the 3 lives they normally give you are safe. It's just safe as in it will not cost you
You'll be
money.
safe, but you will no longer be in hardcore Iron Man.
Yeah, like your money will be safe, but you
Your status will
personally
not.
will not be safe.
That's scary.
Yes. So, and then if you die all 3 times and use up all 3 lives, then you'll have a normal death and you'll have to go pay to get your stuff back from the box outside of the raid.
Okay. Maybe we could get a couple people in our clan to go and do it with us.
Potentially.
We could just blast through easy mode potentially.
Yeah. And so, unfortunately, it says here, although story mode yields rewards, they have a heavily reduced rate compared to the existing
Of
mode.
course.
And you will not be able to get any of the theater's uniques, including the pet.
I figured. I was
Yeah.
still hoping, though.
You will, however, get to lose yourself in the thrilling narrative without the usual amount of pressure, is what they literally
Go on,
say.
take a bite.
Yikes.
It's funny because I don't know anything about this quest, so I'm like, oh, it's vampires. That's why it's take a bite. I was thinking apples.
And so other changes is on the scoreboards, there's 2 new options for story and hard mode, and the personal bests have been split into group sizes similar to Chambers of Zarek. So in any mode, each boss will now drop their corresponding book as you defeat them, allowing players to absorb the story as they progress. And you can put this into the bookcase in your room in your house.
That's cool.
It says also when using the mid-raid chests, you can select from previous quantities of particular items you have brought, or bought rather than inputting the number every time. So special attack power will continue to regenerate once you're inside, and when you once you are inside Theater of Bloods or Chambers of Zarek, your special attack will continue to regenerate, as well as special attack energy will be restored to full when entering the theater for the first time. And also, when you exit the raid, your energy will return to where it was when you first entered. It's the same.
Kind of funny. They'll just reduce it potentially.
Yeah, right. It's the same system implemented in the 6 Jads challenge. I guess this is just a change that they made. So if you are experienced here, just know that it might be a little bit different.
People who do 6 Jad challenge are insane.
Yeah, I saw someone thieving just a minute ago that had the 6 Jads pet. So pretty sick.
Cannot relate.
Yeah. So besides that, they, like I said in the beginning, made some changes to clans. So a little bit of information they did provide is 5,700 clans were formed. Whoa. With over 119,000 players in clans already. Wow. And 6.2 million clan chat messages have been sent.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. They've loved hearing about our ideas and our quality of life feedbacks and tweaks. Like I said, I have a full video on a few of the things that I thought were
suggestions
in need of change or future development. So you can check out that video. But also, along with that, they have two designated worlds just for clan recruitment. So if you don't know, there's designated worlds for practically everything. I'm really excited about that. Yeah, so it was really annoying because I didn't know what world would be the best to recruit in.
Yeah,
and stuff
we're just
like
in the free-to-play trading world.
Yeah, which honestly I still think is going to be a good world to recruit in. Obviously, you don't have to be in these worlds when recruiting, but yeah, it is nice to have designated worlds, so I don't feel bad just sitting there with my recruitment open all the time.
Just bothering everyone. Like, join Bunebape.
So the members world is $477 US, and the non-members world is $497 UK. And so go there if you want to join or recruit for your clan.
Awesome.
Yep. And it also says that players will not automatically rejoin a guest channel if they were in one when they last logged out. And this will only work after the update goes live.
Okay.
And so also they've, of course, these are just the changes that they did just recently. And these are more quality of life things or just bugs and stuff like that. So it also says the bank sign in the clan hall no longer blocks the line of sight, so you can cast telegraph through it.
What a niche thing to notice.
Yeah, that's so weird. Also, the default guest, this one's I think is actually pretty cool. So the default guest clan chat color is now distinct from the clan chat color and can be customized.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I haven't joined any guest ones yet.
Yeah, if you are a guest in a clan now, it's going to be very noticeable when you talk that you are a guest.
Cool. Cool.
And they also relaxed some restrictions on wielding the Vexillium, which is the flag or banner.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, you can now, it says you could teleport
You
and
can
stuff
teleport
too.
and enter the wilderness and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was so annoying. I teleport and like I wouldn't have my game thing open, like my game notifications, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what's happening? And I go and they're like, you have to unwield the banner.
Yeah.
Like, why?
They also added some smaller changes that we'll just blast through real quick. So they said that you can now, this is actually pretty cool. So if you are familiar with RGB or hex, you can use those color values to change your chat color.
If you're not, it's basically you could just like super customize what colors you
Yeah, you
have.
can change it to any color in the world
Yeah,
now.
just look up hex codes and see what you like.
Yep. And they also made it so they put another restriction on last man standing. So now the store requires 48 hours of playtime as a member, which is a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I'd actually
Weird.
be impressed if you could do that in your first bond. You'd have to be playing a lot to do that.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
Or what do they sell in that store that's like so cool that you have to have
They do sell some cool stuff in the store,
Okay.
to be honest. Players can now also set their friends' login and logout message display to on, timeout, and off, which I guess is okay. Iron players can no longer enter the shared God Wars boss room instances if another player is already fighting in there.
Oh, they would just go and take over?
Yeah, I'm sure there's some sneaky
Rude
drop manipulation going on there.
That's messed up.
Yeah. And also, inventory space checks are now performed correctly for coffin loot in the Hallowed Sepulchre, so the items only overflow onto the ground if they need to. So I think people were having their items drop onto the floor for no reason and forgetting them there.
Oh no, that sucks.
Yeah. So a typo has been fixed in the diary, and that's about it. You know, they saved the best for last, because I was waiting for that diary to get fixed.
What was it? Seraphina's
Seraphina's
diary.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Oh my God, I've been tweeting them for years
for
about this.
millennia since 2001, dude. But yeah, so that's gonna be about it for the
updates.
Yeah, for the updates. So now we can move on to questions from Reddit.
Great.
All right, so I guess we can start with a couple of the questions from YouTube.
Cool.
So we had someone ask about video ideas and more talking points, like
more suggestions, really.
Yeah, more suggestions for videos about if we can do videos about stuff we would like to see or stuff that we think can be improved in RuneScape. So
what do you think?
I think that's actually a really good idea. We've been talking about doing stuff like that more or less, like on and off. And so
do you have any little ideas you want to say? I'm so uncreative. I don't really know.
No, not currently. I mean, I've like been thinking about it.
We did want to give a shout out to Mandy for this great idea, but I'm uncreative and I don't have any at the moment.
Yeah, so we're still thinking about it, but like we have been doing more like talking videos instead of just like loot from videos, which I mean, I really like doing them and I think people like seeing them, but
I'm not as good at it.
Yeah,
I like listening.
I also I really like talking about just RuneScape in general. Obviously, we have a podcast about it, but yeah, I guess besides the podcast, we could definitely make more videos like that, and I think that's a really good idea in general.
I do want to say I had one idea the other day.
What?
Rob actually had the idea, and I expanded on it.
Oh, is it a
RuneScape theme park?
Yeah, we talked about this potential RuneScape / medieval theme park for like an hour yesterday.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good idea.
Have like several ride ideas. We're both vegan, so we're like, all the food will be vegan, but it'll be fine because everything will be a cake.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so you can just cut into everything.
Yeah, everything. Even the ride. You want a Vorkath ride? Swing a sword. It's just cake.
Yeah.
Your sword's cake too.
So everything is a meme in Michelle's
originally
world.
It actually was a good idea, and then we went down the cake route and it kind of got ridiculous with it.
I think you went down the cake route and got ridiculous with it.
We actually have some genuinely good ideas for a theme park, though, okay?
Yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, we might not make a video on the theme park idea, but potentially other.
If you want to hear more, join our clan.
Because I think there are a lot of good ideas, like adding like low level bosses, free to play bosses, free to play
low
pets.
Level. They're all high level, just like the mole only.
Yeah, practically, if you're under 70 in all of your combat skills, there's practically no bosses that you can do, or if you can, it's very, very limited.
They should just do more like the mole, where the rewards aren't crazy, but it's still like fairly easy.
Yeah,
just so people can get into it.
If they make it all about raids, then it kind of becomes lame. because you're just doing
I
one
have no
thing.
interest in raids either though.
Yeah, so yeah, we could definitely talk about or make videos talking about our ideas in the
For
future.
sure. Thank you for the suggestion. Sorry that wasn't even a
Yeah.
question. We just wanted to include it.
Yeah, and then the next two are actual questions. The first one, and I already answered these on YouTube, but these are just in case anyone has any questions on them, and they're both pertaining to clans. So the first one is, can you leave a clan temporarily? And the answer is yes and no. There is no way to do this, like actually like leave it temporarily and then come back in
I
like
was
five
wondering if it
minutes.
was like how clan chat used to be, where you can like leave the chat and come back and log in later if you don't want to talk to
No,
people.
no, you can't do that. You have to leave it entirely and then you have to reapply when you want to come back.
That's kind of lame.
Yeah, because some people don't want to be seen online in clan.
Yeah, you're
So
just like, I don't feel like being social right now.
obviously, in old clan chat, you can just leave and come back. It's
Mm-hmm.
a real open door policy.
Yeah.
But right now, there is no auto accept invites and stuff like that. So you have to get re invited to join
There
the
should, or
clan.
maybe just they should include a way to be like, say you're offline.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a cool option, but also I can see that it
It'd
kind
be
of
hard to
defeats the
do.
purpose of having a clan. It's like you want people to
Oh,
be online in
yeah.
the clan so
I
you can
guess
do
so.
stuff with them. So if everyone's invisible, then it's like, what's the point?
It's just like whenever I was doing the fight caves, I was like, I don't want anyone to see I'm online because I don't want anyone to try and talk to me and I don't see it and they just think I'm ignoring them.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
also didn't want to tell everyone, like, oh, I'm trying Jad because I'd feel embarrassed dying 6 times in a row.
yeah, exactly. So unfortunately, there's currently not a way to do that, and I don't think they plan on introducing a way to do that either. So
I could see them
it's
doing something like similar, maybe.
maybe,
I
but
don't know.
I don't know. I think the closest thing they might hopefully do is add a auto invite system, so you can just
That'd be
reapply
nice.
without having someone to be there.
Yeah.
But either way, no, there's no temporary leave or and make yourself invisible.
You can
And
never leave the clan.
along with that, there's someone asked how to join a clan. So there's two ways to join a clan, and hopefully this will kind of answer the next question, which is kind of more of like a bug
Mm-hmm.
question. So there's two ways to join a clan. The first is by going to a recruitment board that clan is advertising on. They can only advertise on one world at a time.
Which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, so if someone is advertising on World 301, that means that they're not going to be on World 302. So you can kind of
And
rely on that.
only one person in a clan can do it at a time.
Yeah. So only one world, only one person can
Because I've
invite.
tried to do it before, but I cannot.
And so all that person, if you are interested in joining a clan, all you have to do is go up to the recruitment board and apply and then get accepted to the clan. The second way is to, while having accept aid on, which
Mm-hmm.
is in your settings, you have to turn it on first. Then someone from that clan with permission can invite you to join the clan by right clicking and then using the recruit button.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's about it. There's pretty much those two ways are the only two that I'm pretty sure are in the game currently for inviting or bringing someone into your clan.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess this is also hopefully answering someone that had a question kind of about a bug, I guess, where they had some friends that were trying to apply to the clan, but whoever owned the clan couldn't see that they were trying to apply, so they weren't
Mm-hmm.
able to invite them. So unfortunately, I don't know. I haven't experienced that uh, personally. So if that does happen to you, then maybe try to get them to go to your world and recruit them in person.
I was gonna say, yeah. I was gonna say through the board because I thought that they tried to recruit them in person.
No, I think they were applying through the board.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. But either way, whatever which one you're having a problem with, I would try the other.
Hopefully
And
that works.
if that's not working, maybe if there's other people in the clan, try to give them recruitment power and have them recruit other
Yeah, like
people.
maybe your account's limited for some reason.
Yeah, maybe there's just a bug with your account or something like that. So I think that's the only thing that I would really think of.
Yeah. And if all else fails, just tweet at them.
Yeah, tweet at Jagex support and hopefully they'll be able to get back to you. I mean, I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
rely on it, but if
I feel
you
like
are bugged, then that's really your only option.
Mod Ash is pretty good at responding to stuff.
But he's not Jagex support, so he can't really help with that.
I don't know. Can he like
What is he?
message them for you?
Yeah, he's gonna be like, hey, delete your account. But yeah, so I guess that's about it. So we can move on to the Reddit questions for the last few. And so this very first one is asking about Duradel and Slayer. So they say that, sorry if this gets asked a lot, but they're 101 combat, and they started going to Duradel for tasks. Just so you know, you can't go to Duradel unless you have 100 combat. So that's why
Mhm.
this guy says that. and I feel like I'm getting the longest and not great money
Yep.
making tasks. Plus, the run to Shiloh is long. Should I be sticking with Daredevil or wait until I'm higher level? I want to mix between money and experience.
I go to Neve and Steve.
Yeah. They also ask what is a good time to unlock Slayer bosses for tasks. So, in general, if you want a good mix of money and XP, I mean, maybe you should just straight up go to Konar because she offers really good money.
Oh, the Brimhaven
The brim, yeah,
keys.
the brim keys, and
Or Brimstone keys.
yeah. So besides that, I would recommend going to Neve, and even a lot of people in the comment section say that they wouldn't recommend going to Duradel unless you have the hard or elite Karamja diaries done, because then you get the gloves that teleport you directly to Shiloh.
Yeah, I don't understand the appeal of going straight to Duradel because it seems like the tasks are just infinitely longer, which maybe some people like, but I don't. I just want to get them done quickly.
Yeah, like Michelle and I have actually talked about this quite a
Several
few
times,
times,
yeah.
and I was telling her that I think that Duradel is better if you are like a maxed account or
hmm
just a really high level account, because if you have all the bosses and stuff unlocked, he offers a lot of boss mobs, so he'll
Oh, okay.
assign like hellhounds a lot, which you can do Cerberus for.
Oh.
Obviously, he doesn't do Chemical Hydra or anything like that, so you'd have to go to Konar for that. But he also does Necreals. He does a lot of bursting tasks. He gives you gargoyles and wyverns and stuff like that. But
So some good money makers, but not always,
yeah,
obviously.
exactly. So I think until you can regularly seek out these bosses, like whenever, if you're not at the point where anytime you get assigned a task for, let's say,
Hellhounds? Cerberus?
yeah, so let's say you get assigned a task that you could do the boss for, but you can't, like you don't want to do the boss, or you're just limited for whatever reason, then I don't think you should go to Daredevil. Honestly, he seems like he gives the best tasks if you are bossing.
Oh, okay. So wait till you're higher level Slayer, so you have stuff unlocked.
Yeah, so one, you should have either the Karamja Hard or Elite. Two, a way to use Contact NPC with the spell. So you need to have one of those two. If not, it just takes too long to run to him when Neve is literally right there, and also Konar is right there, just one teleport away.
Yeah.
So besides that, the tasks he offers aren't that good. Like he offers like demons and stuff like that. So if like black demons, I think it is. So if you're not going to demonic gorillas for stuff like that, then you're just missing out on money, because that's the way people make money on Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
Because he obviously demonic gorillas drop Zenites. If you're gonna kill the what's
Those are the
the
scary ones
kings?
from Monkey Madness
Yeah,
too, right? I couldn't even kill those during the quest. I had to
yeah.
have Neve do it for me.
If you get assigned Dagonos and you're not doing the kings, then obviously you're
Oh
not
my
going to be making
gosh.
money.
Those are awful
And
too.
yeah, so it's like if you're not doing the boss versions of these, it's just really hard to get money. And also, if you're doing
Yeah.
like abyssal demons and you're not doing sire, you might still make money doing demons because they can drop a whip, but you're not going to be doing the boss. So it's not like, essentially, do the bosses or don't make
Or go to
a
Steve
lot of
and Neve.
money. Yeah. Like, and I also don't want that to seem like if you're not doing bosses, you're not making money, because you can still make money killing Necreals or killing
Yeah.
smoke devils and stuff like that. I'm just
Killing
saying,
brutal black dragons.
like a lot of these videos you find on YouTube are people like doing Slayer and getting like millions of gold like per task. It's because they're doing the bosses.
Necreals you could get close sometimes, honestly.
Yeah, Necreals, smoke devils, wyverns, all that's,
Dust
you still make a
devils.
lot of money. So it's not only bosses, but bosses definitely helps.
Yeah, I've never done a boss task and I've gotten a decent amount of money, so don't don't think you're not gonna be making money.
Yeah.
You will.
Don't be discouraged, but also don't
Don't
go to
expect to make
Duradel.
like billions.
Yeah, don't go to Duradel if you are just straight up not prepared for bosses.
Yeah.
And if you do, then don't expect a lot. So
Sound advice.
this next person also is asking about Slayer. So they have 71 range and 75 Slayer and 80 in melees, and they're wondering what can they realistically train ranged on in Slayer. So their best setup is Blessed and Rune crossbow with Ranger boots, and this person in particular is a hardcore Iron Man,
Okay.
and they say they have a cannon and stuff like that. So I'm gonna probably be answering this not based on hardcore Iron Man because I don't have one.
Yeah. So my what I did like to get ranging, I don't remember honestly how much XP I got, but I
Hmm.
would usually range stuff that I needed to save spots. So I would range like dragons and Corindon stuff
Yeah,
and blue
same thing. I
dragons.
actually got a lot of my range levels from Slayer. I would
Just doing dragons and
um
like wyvern, skeletal
everything.
wyverns.
I did
Yeah.
everything. Like I would get
Unless they're like super immune to range hits, you can try and range with anything on Slayer.
I would range everything because I would just get a rune cross with broad bolts, which is extremely cheap. And I mean, you can probably buy like 10,000 broads for like 600k or something, which is
I
or 60k actually.
I just had an epiphany. The fastest range experience in Slayer, Dagonoth. In
Oh
the
yeah, true.
lighthouse dungeon. It's
Yeah,
insane. You get like
actual
over 100k range experience an hour.
actual XP. It's hard to beat Dagonoths, but
Yeah, but they
obviously
also are hardcore Ironmans. So I don't know how many cannonballs they have.
yeah, and also I don't know like how often you're getting Dagonoths. So
Exactly. Whenever I do get them, it's great though. And Calfight also. I
yeah,
will just turn on the cannons, and sometimes I'll just melee it and keep my cannon on, and I'll still get tons of experience.
yeah. So I mean, canon when you can, obviously, but even then, I really wanted to get my range up early because I used it a lot to kill dragons early on,
Yeah.
and it was one of the first things I got up, and I did it by AFKing range while slaying,
Uh huh.
so like I would do it. I would go to Vanica for early Slayer and get quests for or get tasks for like hill giants and for fire giants, and I would just AFK range them. Black demons and Corinne Underground, I would
Oh
just
yeah, you could safe
range
spot
them.
those
Yeah, you can safe
too.
spot them. I safe spotted all the pyre fiends. I safe spotted everything, anything that I can safe
Like all
spot.
the dragons.
Yeah, all the dragons, literally anything I could safe spot, I would do it, and it would
Yeah.
take a long time because range is fairly slow at these enemies. But I would just AFK it and
Yeah.
whatever.
Even if you can't safe spot, like there's unless they have like super high defense against range, there's nothing to stop you from using range everywhere if you want.
Yeah, exactly.
It
So
doesn't have to be like, oh, go to this certain place to train. Like, yeah, Dagonoth and cow fights will be faster, but you can do ranged everywhere.
yeah, and it's nice because even for Iron Man or hardcore Iron Man, there's a lot of mobs that have safe spots. Even if it's one safe spot, it's still
Better than zero safe
yeah, you're not
spots.
taking damage. And Rune Cross and Broads will get you really far.
For sure.
So that's I mean, just do any try look up anything. Look up safe spot. If you get assigned something, just look up a safe spot and see if it works.
If there's not a safe spot, try to get some prayer potions if you can and just go in.
Yeah. Michelle just reminded me the other question had a question on when they should unlock bosses
I still
for
haven't.
yeah. So you can get assigned bosses, but you have to unlock it through the Slayer Master.
Yeah, so it costs a certain amount of points. I'm not sure exactly what.
Yeah, it costs some points, but honestly, I wouldn't unlock it until, like I said, until you're fairly comfortable at least learning bosses. So if like
Yeah.
you get Dagonoths and you're like, oh, I'm not actually really prepared to do Dagonoth Kings, you probably shouldn't do it. So honestly, around like 80 combat,
So
not
wait,
80 combat, but 80 like skill.
everything.
Yeah, combat skills.
So I thought that whenever you unlock the bosses, it assigns you boss task.
It does.
Okay, so it will say Dagonoth Kings only.
Yeah, it
Oh, okay.
will.
I thought you meant you get a Dagonoth one and you just go to the Kings. I was like,
No,
what?
that's not what I mean. I mean, a good test of that is if you get Dagonoths
Oh,
and you don't think that you're capable of doing kings
maybe don't
for that
unlock it.
task, then probably don't do that because it's the same thing. Like they'll literally assign Dagonoths and Dagonoth kings. So if you aren't prepared to do the kings, then you probably shouldn't unlock the kings.
Yeah, I wouldn't
So
even say a certain level. I would just say once you're comfortable bossing.
yeah,
Because I'm
if
like a pretty high level in most stuff, but I'm not comfortable bossing, so I'm not going to unlock it.
yeah, if it's something you want to do and something you're interested in getting into, then you could probably unlock it earlier than others.
For sure.
But like if they assign the rare Barrows task and you're like, "Oh, sick, let's go do Barrows," but then they assign literally any other boss and you're like, "Oh, I have to skip this because I can't do
And then
it."
you don't have
Then
enough points to skip and you're stuck.
exactly, then it's like you should probably not unlock it until at least
You're ready.
um I would say 80 combat skills, so like 80
80 in each
melee, 80
skill.
range, 80 magic, cuz at that point you can do like
Most
practically
stuff in the game.
practically all the bosses that you have unlocked at that point.
Yeah, I personally was just waiting until I've I was gonna someday like look up the list of bosses that they assign. I don't know if they assign like literally every boss.
Yeah, I forgot which it
Yeah.
is, but
But I was just gonna go and like wait until I actually know how to do all of these bosses individually,
yeah,
which is
at,
literally years from now.
because at 80 you can do Dusk and Dawn, you can do Mole, you can do Barrows,
See, I can do mole
DKs. Like there's a ton of bosses you can do at 80 all combat.
for sure.
So that's what I would recommend. But like I said, it's how comfortable you are, because people have done the fight caves at 3 combat. But are you prepared to do it at 3
And
combat?
then there's me at 115 to maxed
Yeah.
out gear who took 7 hours.
Yeah, there's no exact level that you should be doing it at.
Yeah, it's more personal preference and if you're good at like these maneuvers and technicalities.
Yeah, it's how familiar you are with the game's mechanics.
Yes, yeah.
So this next person asks, what would be considered early game and mid game, and also what level of quests would be associated with each?
So I have a controversial answer.
Yes, tell me.
Maybe it's just because I'm still not maxed account.
Yeah.
I've considered myself, I feel embarrassed saying it. I've considered myself to be high account since I was like 75 because 75 just seems like a big number.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that that's probably controversial. Most people consider that mid.
Yeah.
And I probably would now. But as far as like their follow up question, spoiler alert, is just saying like what levels of quests would be associated with each. I would do all of the quests except for the Master and Grandmaster before you're even level 75.
Yeah. Well, it's not spoiler alert. I'm pretty sure I said that, but either way.
I have a goldfish brain. I don't remember if you said it or not.
No, it's all good. I think in general, that is a hot take. I would definitely say that anything under 90 all stat is not late game or not a high end account. Just because there's still a lot of stuff you can't do in the game.
It's like I wouldn't
90.
consider them high account, but for quest, I would consider them
Okay, yeah.
more than high.
Yeah, for quest, I would say anything above 70 is high because there's no requirements above 70.
Exactly. The only ones that I wouldn't do if you're below like 75 are just the Grandmaster and Master, like Monkey Madness 2, Song of the Elves, Sins of the Father, stuff like that.
So in general, if you're talking accounts, 70 is mid and 90 is high end. But if you're talking quests,
totally
I would say 50 is mid.
Yes.
And 70 is high end because, like I said, there are no requirements over like 72 for practically any skill.
And I was doing the quest cave like since I basically started this account.
Yeah.
And while it's hard, you can totally do stuff when you're like level 50.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do very low level if you really want to.
I would say a majority of the quests you can even do.
Yeah.
A lot of the quests aren't
a large
too
majority.
hard.
There's like probably a dozen quests that are like master or grandmaster that you will need high level stats to do.
Yeah.
But besides
but you wouldn't even get to those till you probably naturally got your skills up anyway.
Yeah, definitely. So those are two different answers based on what you're going for. He also asked what the early game is. I would say anything under 50 is early game.
I would say anything under 35. Well, I'm still thinking quests.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm just talking about accounts.
Okay.
So as far as accounts go, I think anything under 50 is early game because you can get anything up to 50 in one day if you really wanted to.
I'll say under 40 because I still remember it felt like not that long ago I had some skills that were under 50. And I didn't feel like it was early game.
But I mean, you weren't working those skills. You weren't doing those skills.
That's true.
Like if you did, like if your crafting was just like 50 the other day, it's because you weren't training crafting. Because
I'm just lazy.
You can get crafting to 70 in a week if you have the money.
Okay, yeah, maybe I agree with you then.
Yeah, and then like mid game is, like I said, probably around 70 because that's going to take you, if you really focus on them, a couple weeks to get all of them into 70.
Yeah.
And then late game is anything that would take you like hundreds of hours or like dozens of hours in each skill. So like there's no one that's going to get farming to 90 in any reasonable amount of time. So I would absolutely consider that like end game.
And there's nobody who's going to get 99 farming twice and still not get Tangleroot except for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird to say because the way the number scaling works, but the difference
I know, it's so weird. That's why it sounds weird to say you're mid until you're 90.
That's what I'm saying. Because someone that has the experience of having all 90s versus someone with the experience of all 70s, is
It's
like huge.
significant.
It's hugely different.
Yeah, like it's probably taking me a year to get from 70 to 90 in a lot of these.
Yeah, it's totally different. Obviously, if you know what you're doing,
You get it
then this
quickly.
doesn't matter because you're already experienced past mid game as far as personal experience goes. But as far as an account that's brand new, the difference between a level 70 account and a level 90 account is very big.
Yeah, of course.
Potentially thousands of hours, honestly.
Jeez Louise.
Obviously, depending on how you do it. So, yeah, two different answers
Okay,
for that question. I thought that was kind of interesting.
definitely.
This one I was just gonna blast through real quick. He's asking, or this person's asking, the highest construction level they need without stew boosts.
Oh, I actually don't know.
Yeah, they don't like leaving the chance up to stew, and I can understand that. But this person also answers with the same thing I was about to say. You can get a +6 with the tea and the crystal saw. So
Oh.
yeah, so you don't need the stew, but essentially, just so everyone knows, you want to get to 83 or 84 in order to get the max boost for a max house.
Mm-hmm.
So with that not in the equation, you're just going to want to get to 88 or 89
Wow.
for a maxed house without the
Jeez.
stew.
I'm only 78.
Because the stew can give you a +5.
Yeah.
And
And I didn't know
that's
that's stacked with the tea and with the saw.
I think it's actually not with the tea.
Oh, just with the saw
So
only.
I think the saw gives you a +3. So overall it gives you another +3. So actually it's not 88. I'm sorry. It's I think it's 86.
Okay.
Yeah. So 86 I think is good enough to get you near max. The reason I don't 84 technically is max because that'll get you the gilded what's it called? The gilded
Altar?
teleport.
Oh, I don't even know
The
what that is.
yeah, the Nexus.
Oh,
Yeah, so to get the max level Nexus, I think you need 84.
okay.
Yeah. But so like I think it's 86 if you don't want to use stews.
Cool.
Yeah, so pretty easy.
Still a bit away.
Yeah. Definitely worth it though.
Yeah.
So second to last one is going to be real quick. They ask, has anyone done the new story mode for TOB yet? I'm wondering how much easier it is. Looking to get my quest cape, but my gear is nowhere near raid ready. Yeah, you're telling me. So yeah, as far as I understand, the TOB is very reasonable to do. I'm not going to say it's easy because it is a master quest, but as far as I understand, if you have the combat to do it, you can solo it. Obviously, it's even easier with more people, and you get 3 deaths, so it allows you to learn on the way. And so, even people in the comments are saying the same thing. Supposedly, it's very easy, and they wouldn't worry about being raid ready.
Oh, good.
By no means do you need a twisted, a scythe, a rapier. That's or like a warhammer. That's all stuff that you would need if you're actually doing TOB. But a lot of people say that you don't need that. You just need like basic gear.
Okay, cool.
I think you're gonna need a ranged mage and melee switch, but look up the actual TOB, and then you should be able to go from there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I know. I didn't know the answer to that.
And so the very last question that we have here is going to be someone asking about AFK. So they asked if AFK has changed because they haven't played in a long time, and they want to know the best way to spend your time AFKing if you don't really want to focus entirely on OSRS and maybe other methods that are mobile as well. So I don't know, do you ever AFK?
Yeah, so my favorite ways to AFK are like Nightmare Zone, Barbarian Fishing. Just don't try to take manipulate or anything. Just sit there and fish.
Mm-hmm.
What's another one? One that's not really AFK, but it's like 30 seconds AFK is Fletching.
Yeah.
Fletch stuff in your inventory. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really like AFKing like while fighting monsters and stuff. Like,
yeah.
It kind of stresses me out. Nightmare Zone, I don't care because if I die, then it's whatever.
Okay.
Nothing actually like is taken away from me, but yeah, cutting down trees is like super, super, super AFK. I think we've mentioned before, especially magic trees.
Yeah, there's different levels of AFK for sure.
Yeah. What about you? What do you think?
My newfound favorite thing to AFK is I'm gonna first mention the ultra AFK things in the game. Well, one is Nightmare Zone because you can AFK that for
5 minutes at a time.
At least 5 minutes at a time. That's staying efficient. Still, you can do it 10 minutes plus if you really didn't care. You can actually go for 20 minutes before having to move your character, or you'll like get logged out.
I feel like it's logged me on less before.
I don't know. Supposedly it's 20 minutes.
Okay.
But either way, so Nightmare Zone, mega AFK. Also, it's like super debatable because people say that Brutal Blacks, Gargoyles, and Rune Dragons are relatively AFK.
When?
But even though a lot of people say that, you still have to pick up the loot. So
Yeah.
it's not that AFK because you have to pick up the loot. But if you want to check in on your account every minute, you could do those three.
Yeah, I don't consider that AFK also just because if they're no longer aggressive to you, you have to pay attention to whenever they
Yeah.
die to pick up your loot, go and click a new one, like take some prayer potion.
Yeah.
I don't consider that AFK.
Especially if you have travel time, then it's like it's also you have to spend like 3 minutes traveling there, which is not AFK obviously. So
Go back and bank everything you got.
yeah, as far as skilling goes, I would say cutting logs is by far and away the most AFK thing.
Yes.
There's going to be 10 up to 20 minutes at a time that you don't need to click on another tree. So
you'll get 3 magic logs.
Yeah, so it is very, very, very AFK. Obviously, if you have the skill to cut redwoods or the skill to mine amethyst, those are the two most AFK
Oh, yeah, I don't
skills
have
in the
amethyst yet,
game.
or redwood.
Yeah, so that is crazy AFK. Some other people said that splashing, of course, is AFK, which it certainly is.
I've never done that.
Yeah, me neither, but it certainly is. Also, fishing, some people say is AFK, but honestly,
Yes.
the amount of time that you have to switch over to drop all the fish
That part is annoying.
is really annoying in my opinion, and not AFK enough for me.
I don't mind. I just shift click it, and like I could get like 3 to 5 minutes in where I'm just fishing and not doing anything. But now that
Yeah.
I'm getting higher fishing, I'm like 90 now. It fishes too fast.
Yeah, exactly. So
when
once you
you're
start
low to
getting
mid level,
higher-
I would recommend.
Yeah, even around 80, I feel like I fish too fast. So,
Mm-hmm.
and also this person said in the comments of that question that plank make is arguably more AFK than anything that this person listed other than splashing. Because splashing, of course, you can AFK indefinitely,
Plank
essentially.
make like slow?
Plank make, as far as I understand, is not very slow. Because it plank makes your entire inventory.
Yeah, but you have to go and keep switching your inventory.
Yeah, exactly. So it's as AFK as like fletching, which is
That's
not
weird.
very AFK.
Maybe plank make
in my
is just a
opinion.
very slow spell.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, it's definitely slow, but I'd have to let us know if you have tried plank make and if it is slower than cutting redwoods, which I highly doubt.
I also want to point out that they said here one of the semi AFK ones is killing wyverns. Wyverns hate you in more than one way. You have to like always go and like
If you're
pray
ranging
and
them.
stuff.
I think if you're ranging them, it is extremely AFK.
Whenever I'm ranging them, I still get hit with their magic attacks.
Then you're not ranging them correctly. You can outrange their magic attacks.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you can range wyverns in such a way that you take no damage.
I feel scammed.
Yeah, you have to get them stuck behind a wall.
Oh, so then there's actually effort and it's still not really AFK.
Yeah, and it really only works if you plan on staying there and high alking everything and keeping the stackables and not picking up the bones. Because you have to be there for the 10-minute timer so that when you do get the enemy stuck, other ones don't attack you.
That does not sound AFK.
So there's a method. There's a method to it, but once you do begin the AFK wyvern method, then it is very AFK. But
okay.
for the first 10 minutes, it is not AFK.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Respect.
And you also, it's not like very, I don't know. You do make money, obviously, but I think it's like on par with gargoyles. So I'd rather just do gargoyles.
Yeah.
But I think that's about it. Do you have any?
Yeah. What are you gonna be working on this week?
Sorry
Sorry to cut you off.
No, I was gonna ask you the same thing. I don't know actually. Some videos probably gonna come up. I honestly don't have a ton of ideas. Maybe I'll do some fishing trawler stuff.
You do have a ton of ideas. It's just what you want to do.
Yeah, so maybe some fishing trawler stuff. I have like 20 million gold in alchables, so I might do the alchagility
do like 10
video.
hours of it.
Yeah, like 10 hours of alchemy while doing agility, or maybe 5 hours, so it's more like reasonable.
Most people aren't on there for 10 hours.
Yeah, and so that wouldn't take my entire day.
Yeah.
And then also, yeah, maybe some fishing trawler stuff so I can start my fishing grind.
Yeah.
But yeah,
your angler's outfit.
Not a ton going on. I'm gonna do the quest. I'm gonna get my quest cape this weekend, almost certainly. As long as the night at the theater isn't too difficult.
We could definitely do that together too.
Yeah.
Because I can't even use my quest cape right now.
What do you thinking about doing?
So I want to finish my neck reel video. I want to finish my clue scroll video. And then I've been talking about doing the woodcutting video. And so the thing is, with my clue scroll one, I need to do something that I can potentially get through temple trekking. So I was like, maybe I should just start my woodcutting one. But I don't know if I want to have 3 videos going on at the same time.
Yeah.
So I might just do the Shades of Morton way of getting it. I'm still undecided on that, honestly.
I don't know. I mean, temple
I have a lot
trekking
going on.
is really interesting. It's actually one of the better moneymakers in the game.
Yeah, I don't even want for my makers. I want the woodcutting outfit because woodcutting's so slow.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I mean, I guess you actually could knock out like 3 or 4 videos at the same time because you could do like a temple trekking guide and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or like how much money from like a certain amount of temple trekking. Because you actually do
And
get
I
a lot
probably
of money from
wasn't-
nail beast nails.
I don't think I was going to do a temple trekking guide, at least not yet. I was going to do more like loot from temple trekking while like trying to get my
Okay.
outfit. Obviously, we'll have a shorter name than that.
Either way, I think you could utilize the footage because you're going to be either doing Shades of Morton, which you could talk about in a different video, or
Yeah,
temple trekking. But
That's true.
either way, you don't have to commit to anything really.
Maybe I should just finish my neck rail first before everything.
Yeah, you do have a lot of neck rails left.
I do have like 400 something. I mean, last night I did like 200 in like an hour and a half. So
Yeah.
they don't take long. I'm just lazy and
Yeah,
have
you're
so
just
many
lazy.
ideas.
Honestly, I probably would have finished 1,000 in a day if I was doing it.
That's what I was doing at first. I think I did like 400 in a day. And then I was like, oh, I have some other ideas. Oh, I
Yeah.
want to get my fire cape.
Yeah, for sure.
Easily distracted. But yeah, that's basically all I'm going to be working on this week is those 5 million ideas.
Oh, okay, cool. I might start my bursting too. Obviously, I was thinking about doing a really high number for bursting dust devils, but I think I might
Oh
bring
yeah,
it
you
down.
never mentioned that video before.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a loot from like 5,000 dust devils or something like that, but I think since I am focusing more on multiple ideas instead of just really big ideas, I might do like 2,000 because that's
Yeah.
still that if you've never bursted, that sounds insane, but 2,000 dust devils is pretty reasonable within a couple days.
Yeah, like neck rails too are actually pretty quick. The only annoying part is having to go and bank and get more
Yeah,
prayer potions.
you can kill like 150 to 2 something per hour depending on what type of spell you're using and what type of gear you're using. So
Yeah,
it's not
it's not bad.
unreasonable. And so I might start on that. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in the works. So make sure to
So much
subscribe
stuff
to the
in the
YouTube
works,
if you
yeah.
want to see more RuneScape stuff. Join our clan, World 377.
Yep. Or if you can't join that world, like if you're free to play, hit us up on our clan chat, which
Yeah,
is
clan
Bunebape
chat.
OSRS.
Yeah, Bunebape OSRS. Sorry, I'm just like mimicking you at this
No,
point.
it's fine. Our Twitter is also Bunebape OSRS, and our YouTube and Instagram are both Bunebape.
Yep. Hit
Yep.
us up on there.
Feel free to ask us any questions too.
Yeah, also whenever we go live on Twitch, we almost always tweet it, so you can follow us on either one.
Yeah, and I'll usually
And
put
get
it on our
notified.
Instagram story, but he's been doing it when I'm asleep in the morning, so
Yeah, I've been doing really early podcasts,
Yeah.
but I might do a podcast. I
I
might
was
do
wondering
a
what you were talking about. I was like, "What's? Are you gonna start another podcast
no,
about me?"
early morning live streams. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But I might do a live stream today. Who knows? But yeah, if you want to hang out with us, you definitely can. You can
Please
see
do.
me fail this quest a million times.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Thank you all for listening,
Thank
and we'll
you.
catch you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.